In the previous part, Leon and Lizelota follows Leon's lightning beast and are led to an underground storage where the Steel Blood Front members are without holding back. Leon attacks her brother. Lizelota tries to provide some support, however she is stopped by Sister. Leon is angry and tells that after their parents died she is determined to take revenge for the people of Alman after Leon betrayed them. The leader discloses that Alman has been offered to the hierarchy by the royal court so that they can fix their broken relations. Leon is in shock and asks the reason for it. The leader explains that it's because the only purpose of all men as a place was to monitor the frozen prisoner, and now after the prisoner has been shifted the place is worthless. The leader reveals that in 4 days the Highlander emissary will come to replace the Hyrule menace, and on that day Steel Blood Front will assassinate him. Liseo asks the reason is telling them before leaving. The leader tells them to do whatever they want except coming in their way. Before Leon leaves he praises his sister for becoming stronger and that it made him happy at the academy. They explained everything to the principal. English comes up with a plan and suggests that she and Rafina will go to the castle as a maid and blend to protect the Highlander. The principal likes the idea and gives her permission. After 4 days English and Rafina are ready to go in the castle. While doing the work they are monitoring to find any suspicious activity. King Carius arrives as well as the Highlander emissary Lord Ivel. Despite being young he has attained the level of Archlord. Everyone starts to clap for him. He tells everyone that they are fools including the king just for replacing a defective Hyrule menace. The Highland is receiving Alman and its resources. He thanks them for being idiots. The king starts laughing and appreciates his wise word. Along with the audience, the king doesn't want to break the relationship with the Highlands, and that's why swallows Eyeballs' rude words. However, Rafina doesn't like Yvel's main attitude. Suddenly the castle is attacked by multiple Magicite beats. English starts to defeat them, however she is stunned to see a strange attack used by Yvel on the Magicite beast. A guard uses this opportunity and attacks Evil, but his effort is blocked by English. The guard is an assassin from the Steel Blood Front. Yvel again uses the strange magic and splits him in half. Yvel suspects the king is behind this attack. King Carius is in panic and assures that it was the Steel Blood Front. Yvel tells that no matter who is behind it, because of the king's incompetence he was attacked, so to repent for it I will detach his king's right arm. The guards get in an offensive position to attack Yvel, however the king threatens them to not touch the Highlander or he will execute every single one of them. The guards step back. At this point, both Inglis and Rafina are in deep thought. They wonder whether they are doing the right thing and protecting the Highlander or not. With the help of Rafina's healing gift and a bit of support from English, King's arm is completely healed. Yvel does not mind it, however. In return for healing the king's arm, he will take someone else's, so English offers her arm, because this way she can closely look at the mysterious power he possesses. As Yvel tries to use his power, he is shocked to see his attack does not affect English. The reason is that English is covering herself in the ether, but she is still amazed to see I will damage the outfit. Upon observing, she concludes that Yvel is not using mana. Yvel starts to panic and reveals he is using mono refinement. It increases the purity and efficiency of mana. Pointing in English, he demands her name and the power she is using. English tells him that she is just a part-time maid who is here to earn some money. Yvel knows English is lying, so he orders her to attack him so that he can know what kind of magic it is. The king tells English to not attack a Highlander no matter how much he forces her to. Yvel shows his frustration towards King. He calls him a fool for trying to become a tail even in this situation, reveals that he is not here to replace the Hyrule menace or to repair the bond between this country with the Highland. The chief hierarchy is angry about the Steel Blood Front and to deal with it he has organized this exchange event to set up a trap for them, and just then outside a massive battleship lands. Yvel knows it's the Steel Blood Front and he is ready to take them on. King Carius allows English to attack Yvel after the Highland betrayed them. English is excited and tells Yvel to get prepared. He sets up an invisible barrier around him. The moment English enters it, she will be sliced into pieces. Even though it's invisible, Yvel freaks out to know English can see it. He transfers the Barrier's magic onto his arm, but before he does anything English rushes it and she rapidly kicks and sent him flying into the sky. King Curious orders the guards in English to attack the Steel Blood front and aid the Highland. He cannot let their relationship get any worse. English drags Rathanna and climbs up the battleship. Rathanna shoots arrows and tries to distract them while English goes to destroy the battleship. English blasts an ether strike, however she is in shock to see her attack blocked, but when she sees the leader she understands the reason. While the leader deals with English, he orders his subordinates to keep on attacking the Highland ship and their troops. The leader asks English about the Highlander emissary. English apologizes because she also doesn't know. The leader senses English has grown stronger and compliments her with no other choice. They fight. During the fight, English witnesses insane speed and strength from the leader. She is in shock when the leader uses an ether sword and ether shield at the same time. Even she cannot do it. English successfully pushes him back and shoots an ether strike, however it is blocked. Just then Iwal arrives. He is angry about what English did to him, but when he sees the leader of the Steel Blood front he forgot all about it. English warns Bible that the Steel Blood front is after his life and suggests him to stay away. I've always waiting for this opportunity and is excited to demonstrate his strength against the leader. Soon Sistia also arrives. The leader converts her into a weapon. English doesn't know how it happened, but she is excited. In the academy, Sylvik notifies everyone that the troops meant to take away Ripple has gone back to the castle after some explosions. Finding this the right moment, the principal initiates the operation to free Ripple from her disease. Leon opens the pocket space. Silva and the principal start feeding their monitor Ripple. They plan to give enough mana to Ripple so that there are no more Magicite beasts to spawn. Soon Ripple goes unconscious and the Magicite beasts begin to appear. After a few minutes Leon is exhausted and the pocket space vanishes. Two Magicite beasts are still remaining. Yua and Lysalota go to attack them, but they are shocked to see them using a beam. Just then multiple lightning beasts come and attack them. Leon has arrived. He gives a healing tool, and with its incredible effect everyone recovers. Leon is angry and asks the reason he is here. Leon explains that his leader permitted him to protect what is important to him. He assures everyone that he is not here to fight them, but to help them. Even though Leon shows her anger, in reality she is glad to see her brother back. He asks Leon to bring up the pocket space again. The pocket space opens, and now Leon also starts feeding his monitor Ripple. This time a huge blast occurs, and instead of multiple Magicite beasts, it's a Prismer. Everyone in the battleship sees it from afar. English notices the Prismer and desperately wants to fight it. The Prismer is gigantic. Rafina is worried to see it spawn near the academy, even though it's a Prismer. Leader tells them that it's yet to be completed. English is in a dilemma about whom to fight. Rafina scolds her and tells her to immediately help. Everyone in the academy puts up a barrier around him and rushes toward the leader. However, with the transformed weapon the leader easily penetrates Eiffel's barrier. With multiple hits evil body starts to vanish and at last it's gone. English is in shock with it. The mission is completed. Sistia turns back to her original form and with leader escapes. English and Rafina use the flying gear and rush toward the academy. In the academy the principal sets up a barrier and Yua distracts the Prismer while Leon gathers energy to attack him. Even with Leon's full energy the Prismer is not hurt. You also attacks the Prismer, however she starts to suck. Inside the Prismer, the principal surrounds you with a barrier to protect her. The Prismer blasts a powerful beam at Leon even though he blocks it. Unfortunately his armor is of no use. By this time Yua is completely inside Prisoner's body. The principal tells everyone to go inside the pocket space. She and Leon will take the Prismer by themselves. The principal puts up a barrier around the Prismer to stop him from causing more damage, and Leon takes on him. Ripple wakes up after knowing the current situation. She tells Leon to undo the pocket space. Leon and the principal are barely holding out. Ripple attacks the Prismer, however it is not very effective. Ripple saves Silva, however ends up being caught by the prisoner. The Prismer starts to crush her. Luckily Ripple breaks free from the Prismer's grip, but now she is at her limit. The principal paralyzes the Prismer For a few minutes Silva worries about Ripple just like she helped him when he was young. He also wants to protect her. Ripple is amazed to see how much Silva has grown since then. Suddenly Ripple starts to transform into a weapon. Leon tells her to stop it because Silva is too young to handle. Ripple is confused and explains that it's not her that's doing it, it's because of Silva's will to protect her. Ripple transforms into a gun. Silva can feel incredible power. He is confident enough to beat even a prisoner. The prisoner breaks free from the paralysis and starts to gather all his power into a single beam. Leon tries to stop Silva from using it, but Silva pushes Leon aside just before Silva shoots. English breaks the barrier and knocks him out. Ripple comes back to her original form. The barrier starts to vanish because of English. The principal shows her worry and tells English to do something about the prisoner. English kicks the prisoner into the sky, and while the prisoner is falling he shoots a beam. Luckily, English deflects it. The principal tells English about Yua. English rushes to save her, but with incredible strength and speed the prisoner blocks her attack. The prisoner also attacks. Everyone is surprised to witness English being able to solely take on the prisoner. Everyone supports English, and while the prisoner is distracted, English again kicks him into the sky and with all her strength uses an ether breaker. The Prismacore is destroyed and the prisoner is finally defeated. Fortunately, Yua is also safe after defeating it. English is very hungry, however she and Rafina are devastated to know that the cafeteria is no more. Several days later, English and Rafana are called up by the king for defeating Yvel and drove away the Steel Blood Front. The king makes English the head of the royal guard. English is devastated. Everyone congratulates her, however she refuses the position. The king is in shock, but despite it later he treats both of them to the finest cuisine. Consider liking and subscribing this channel if you enjoyed the recap. Have a wonderful day ahead.